Hello, food adventurers. Welcome back to Gary's Urban Larder. If it's your first time, stick around because I think you'll enjoy what we're going to make for you today, which is a French-inspired casserole that has chicken, spinach, cheese, potato, and some bacon. So the first thing we're going to do to get started is we're going to get our potatoes into some hot salted water. And to do that, we're just going to take our potatoes and our mandolin, and I'm just going to slice them right into the pot. So being very careful not to cut myself. And we'll let that come to a boil. Just want to parboil those, so it's only about 5 minutes in the pot. And then we're going to strain those. Okay, our potatoes have parboiled, and I'm just going to strain them out of the hot salted water into a bowl. And they'll cool just a bit, so they'll be easier to handle when we put our casserole together. And I'm not going to throw out this salted water yet, because we're going to use it actually to wilt our spinach. So now I'm going to take this water. Let me get something to hold it. I'll take this just off the boil water, and I have the spinach in a strainer. And I'm just going to take that to the sink and pour that over to wilt. Okay, that's done, and to stop that, I'm pouring iced water over the spinach, and I'm just going to give that a squeeze to get any excess water out of that. Now, that can sit there and drain easily while we go on with the chicken. Okay, I've cleaned our pan, and we're going to now poach our chicken in chicken broth. So I'm going to add about half of the broth into the pan along with some peppercorns, 1 clove of garlic. You don't have to smash it, you don't have to peel it, and 2 bay leaves. And then we're going to add our chicken. And it's just covered, which is what we want. And we're going to let that come up to a boil, and then we'll reduce that to a simmer, and we'll simmer that for 10 to 15 minutes until it's fork tender and we can pull it apart. Okay, we'll come back as soon as that's done and ready for us to shred. Okay, we have poached our chicken in chicken stock, bay leaves, peppercorn, and garlic. So I'm now going to just bring that out and let that cool a bit until we can handle it easily. And now I want to get on to saute our onion, garlic, and render out our bacon lardons. We're going to add a big knob of butter, and I'm going to chop our onion. So always start peeling away from the root end. So I'm just going to give that a slice, just break through. And I always find it's better if you remove the outer bits of the onion as well, because that can be a little tough sometimes. So we want to make sure that that's clean. And we're going to do the same with the other half. So away from the root in, and then we're going to peel it back. And reduce that right down. And we're just going to finely dice our onion. Add that to the butter, and then we're going to add some olive oil as well. And that helps the butter not brown and raises the temperature in terms of the fat. The rest of our onion. Give that a nice dice. And we're just going to cook that until it becomes translucent. There you go. And this is called sweating. Sweat your onion. You want just them to become translucent. And while that's being done, just going to give my garlic a quick smash so I can peel it. Peel comes right off. And then we're going to dice the garlic and add to the onion mixture. And in case you're wondering, I do have a container for food waste just below the work surface, so I'm not putting it on the floor. So, okay, I'll give our garlic fine chop. And you want to get those very small. Again, it's not nice to have a big piece of garlic in your mouth when you are trying to enjoy the food. Just check the onion. They're giving off a beautiful fragrance. And as those are becoming translucent, I'm going to add our garlic. And let that sweat just a little bit more. That's ready. I'm just going to put that in a little bowl while we do our bacon. Using the same pan, we add our lardons, and we're just going to want the fat to render out of those. So while that's rendering down, I'm going to shred our chicken. I'm just using a fork, holding it with the spoon, and I'm just shredding the chicken. Now, if you don't want to shred it, you could dice it, but I think it's nicer, again, in terms of mouthfeel, to shred it. You might notice it is still a little pink, but remember it's going to go in an oven and it's going to bake for 45 to 50 minutes. And just taking a look at our lardons. They're starting to give up their fat. We'll finish our chicken. I'll be interested in hearing some of your ideas for chicken, for casseroles, or any other sort of chicken dish. I know people are always looking for new ideas for chicken. Get that breast shredded. Whenever handling chicken, remember hygiene. So always wash your hands if you've handled it. Okay, reduce the temperature on our lardons just a bit. And this really, the reason we're adding the bacon is just additional flavor, depth of flavor. So I think that's actually pretty good. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to add back our onion and garlic. And then I'm going to add the flour. And this just helps thicken up everything as we prepare our casserole. Okay, now we're going to make a bit of a cream sauce with the rest of our, about half of the remaining amount of our chicken stock and some full fat cream. And actually that's really all we need to do for the sauce. Maybe I have a pinch of salt to help round off the flavor. And we did have salt in that chicken stock. So now we want to take our casserole and I'm just going to use some of the butter and just rub that along the bottom. It just makes it easier when we take our casserole out. So now I'm just going to line the bottom with some of our potato. We're going to do this in layers. So we're going to do potato, chicken, spinach, onion, and then repeat. Adding this to the chicken. Oh, I nearly forgot our cheese. This beautiful Gruyère cheese. Spinach. Our lardon and onion and garlic. Our cream. And we're going to repeat. Now you could arrange these more artfully if you like, but this is the middle of the casserole, so no one's going to see this. Okay. Oh, this is going to taste amazing. It's just going to be amazing. The rest of our spinach. And this is a baby leaf spinach. If you don't have it, you can use a more mature spinach, but you may want to chop it before you wilt it. The rest of our lardons. Just have enough potato. Okay. I'll do the dishes later. And finish that off with our Gruyère. And that's going to go into a medium hot oven for 40 minutes. Join us after that. I wish you were here so you could smell the fragrant aroma in this kitchen from the casserole. It's been in the oven now for just over 40 minutes. So let's pull it out and have a look. And look at that. Really bubbling. Got some nice browning on top. Okay, it's got some nice browning on top. It's bubbling, and we're going to let that stand just for a moment because you don't want to eat that while it's piping hot. But it's just, you can smell the garlic, the onion, the cheese. Really, I'm looking forward to trying this. We've let the casserole stand for about 15 minutes, and now we're just going to, oh my gosh. That just smells and looks amazing. Really creamy and cheesy. And there we have it. Our chicken, potato, and spinach with cheese casserole. Well, thank you for joining us today here at Gary's Urban Larder. If you liked today's recipe, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, it really helps us out. And also remember to ring that notification bell so you can be alerted for our next recipe. See you next time.